Welcome to Mama Lotus Yoga. My name is Maya. Today's practice will be a prenatal one, specifically designed for back and hip pain. All we are going to need is a bolster. If you don't have a yoga bolster, you can also use a pillow or a couch cushion. Those are awesome alternatives. And we will also be using a blanket. If you don't have a blanket, you can use a towel. Really, whatever works. These are going to be our supportive props today, as usual. And as you're ready, we will just begin in a comfortable seated position on your bolster, pillow, cushion, whatever you have is perfect. Meet me down on the floor and let's get started. As you're ready, we will close down the eyes, placing one hand on your baby and the other hand on your heart. As you inhale through your nose, filling up your lungs. And as you exhale, open your mouth and let it go. Inhale in. And exhale, let it go. One more time. And exhale. Continue breathing like this. Going along at your own pace. Taking a moment to really tune into your body. And to really tune into your breath. And maybe taking a moment to set your intention for this practice. If you have a sentence, a theme, an idea, something you would like to anchor yourself to for this practice, go ahead and hold it in your head. If you can't think of one, that's okay. Something that keeps coming to me today, which may resonate with you, and if it does, I invite you to set this as your intention as well. But for me today, that is go with the flow and see where the current takes you. I'll say it one more time. The intention that I'm setting today, and you are welcome to take it as well, is go with the flow and see where the current takes you. So, as you settle into whatever your intention is today, we will release the hands to the knees. And on the next inhale, sweeping the arms up overhead. And as you exhale, pulling the heart, pulling the hands into your heart. Let's do it again. Inhale, sweeping up. And exhale, pulling this into your heart center. One more time. Inhale, gathering in all of this beautiful oxygen. As you exhale, pulling it into your heart, knowing that every single inhalation and exhalation is fueling your baby's growth. Let's do it one more time. It just feels too good. Inhale, sweeping up. And this time, as you exhale, taking a side body stretch, as you plant one hand on the ground and reach the other arm over. Glancing down at that bottom hand. Inhale, back up. And exhale over to the other side. Feeling the slight stretch through the side of your body and the lower back. Inhale up. And exhale to the side. And continuing this, following along with your breath. Exhaling as you reach to the side. and inhaling as you come to center. It is up to you to take this as slow or as fast as you would like. Remembering that this is your practice, I am just here to offer suggestions. I always want to invite you to listen to your body and listen to your own inner guidance. Because nobody knows you the way that you do. We'll do this a few more times here. Last time. Go ahead and take that on the other side if you are imbalanced right now. And as you're ready, we'll come back to center and bring the hands back to heart. Beautiful job. Okay. We will come off of the bolster and just pushing this off to the side, wherever works for you. And with your blanket, we will go ahead and grab that and unfold it slightly and place it under the knees as an extra cushion. Meet me in your box pose. And as you get here, begin rocking the hips, going side to side, making these movements very dramatic. As your hips go to the left, your head will swing to the right. And as your hips go to the right, your head will come to the left. So continuing this side to side motion, noticing your breath, noticing your body, and just taking a moment to really feel into this moment in this space. Noticing what sensations you're feeling. And allowing yourself to melt into those sensations. Allowing yourself to go with the flow and see where the current takes you. And we'll do this one more time on each side. And as you're ready, meet me back in center. Inhale, taking your cow pose as you glance up. And exhale, tucking in the chin, rounding the spine for your cat pose. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. Inhale. And exhale. And I want to invite you to follow along with your breath. Taking these next few cycles in your own time. Allowing your mind to quiet and allowing your body to guide you. And as you're ready, coming back to a neutral spine, meeting me back in your box. Bring your toes to touch and your knees wide apart as you push back into your first child's pose. Resting your forehead on the mat, We will take 5 cycles of breath. If this is not accessible to you, you always have the option to keep your elbows on the mat. And you could even grab your bolster or pillow and stack it under your elbow for some extra height. Settling into wherever feels best today and beginning to count your breaths. Inhaling in, and as you exhale, counting 1 and continuing all the way until you get to 5. Slowly walking your hands back in and coming up into that box. Slowly stacking your knees back under the hips, tucking the toes under, and taking circles here. Imagining that you're drawing a big oval with your belly. And making this oval as big and dramatic as you possibly can. Really noticing how every little movement feels in your hips and how it feels in your lower back. Checking in with your hands, making sure that the fingers are spread apart and that all corners of your hand are planted firmly on the mat. And take this circle in the other direction. And if you've noticed your mind is wandering, bringing the attention back to your breath or back to the intention that you set today. Maybe reminding yourself to go with the flow and see where the current takes you. Last time. And we'll come back to center. On your next inhale, lifting your right arm up to the sky. And as you exhale, threading the needle, bringing your ear down to the mat. You always have the option to bring your pillow or bolster under the head or under the arm for some extra support. And checking in here with the hips. Your hips have likely swayed over to the left. I would like to challenge you to pull them back to the right. And we'll take 2 more breaths here. And on your next exhale, unthreading the needle and switching sides. Left arm lifts up, inhale here. As you exhale, thread the needle. Once again, checking in with the hips. They have likely swayed to the right. I would like to challenge you to pull them over to the left. And take a few cycles of breath. On your next exhale, unthreading the needle, coming back to the box. Your toes should still be tucked under. As you exhale, we will push back into your first downward facing dog, knowing that it is completely okay to keep your heels lifted. It is also okay to keep your knees bent. Just finding where you can be in your down dog today. Of course, the goal is to get the heels down and to get the legs a little more straight. But I want you guys to show up exactly as you are. I don't want you to force anything in your body. And as you're ready, we will bend one leg at a time, pedaling out the legs. We call this walking the dog. And as a birth doula, I would like to mention, since we're talking about walking the dog, once you're in your third trimester, please don't walk your dog. Especially if you have a dog that pulls, on the leash. And the reason I say this is not because I'm like, oh, you're a fragile pregnant woman. That's not why I'm saying it. Because I know you're strong and capable. But I am saying that because every time your dog is pulling you out of balance in your hips and in your lower back. And especially when you're close to, sorry guys. Okay, let's walk up to the top. So spread your legs wide and slowly begin to walk up to the top. Sorry, I don't want to keep you guys in there for too long. As I was saying, as you become more and more pregnant, let's place your hands on your shins and take a breath here. You really want to keep your hips and your lower back in alignment because the more even and balanced you are in those areas, the easier it will be for your baby to come out, right? Let's bring your hands to your thighs and take a breath. So yeah, that's why I'm always recommending visiting a Webster certified chiropractor to help bring you back into alignment to make your birth just that much easier and smoother. Imagine your body is a slide and your baby is coming down the slide, right? We'll bring the hands to the hips and slowly hinge up. So, as you can imagine, if you're going down a slide and it's a straight shot, if you're in alignment, it's a straight shot, it's going to be easier for your baby to get out. If you're, pulling to the right hip a little more, then you're not going to have a straight slide. It's going to kind of go this way and maybe that way and maybe this way, right? Naturally, that's going to make it harder for baby to come out. Just to give kind of a visual. Anyways, doula tangent aside, let's move this blanket. Move it to the side, maybe placing it on the bolster. Now we are in a standing position. Your feet should still be a little wider than hip width distance. Let's keep a slight bend in the knees and rest the hands on the hips and begin taking circles here. Taking your time, going in one direction. Oh, same thing with vacuuming. If you guys are vacuuming a lot, that's also, vacuuming, sweeping, things that are just one-sided movements. That's going to throw you out of balance. And those are things we really don't want to be doing during the third trimester. And let's go in the other direction. So put your hubby, partner, sister, mother, family members, put them to work, okay? Kick your feet up, please. Beautiful job. Okay, and we'll take a figure 8 here. You'll feel a little funky, but just imagining your hips are drawing a figure 8. And take this in the other direction. Allowing yourself to feel silly here. Having your little Shakira moment. Okay, awesome. You go, girl. I see you. Just kidding. I don't see you. That would be creepy. But I see you, girl. Okay. And let's come back to center. Walking the feet in. On your next inhale, we will lift the right heel off the mat. You can stay here or hover it. Inhale. As you exhale, stepping this foot back just slightly, keeping the heel lifted here, and reaching the arm up for your crescent lunge. Inhale. As you exhale, reaching your chest forward, pulling your weight into that front leg. Inhale, reaching up. And exhale, reaching forward. One more time, inhale. Exhale, charging the chest forward. Beautiful job, inhale. This time as we come forward, stepping in that back foot slightly and taking a warrior 3 variation here. So, warrior 3 is having the head and the foot in a straight line, okay? So this is warrior 3, this is warrior 3, this is warrior 3, this is warrior 3. These are all warrior 3s, okay? These are all variations. So find the one that feels the best for you today. We are really wanting to build strength in that lower back. So wherever you are doing amazing. Let's do one more breath. As you exhale, bringing that foot back down to the mat. Okay, let's do it on the other side. Inhale, as you lift the heel. You can stay here or hover the foot above the mat. I should also mention, it helps your balance if you find one point to focus on, maybe on the ground in front of you or on the wall, something that's not moving to focus your attention on. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, step back for your crescent lunge. Sweeping the arms up. As you're here, feeling that stretch through the front of this leg. Pulling the chest back so that your shoulders are stacked directly over the hips. Inhale here. As you exhale, charge the chest forward. Inhale, lift. And exhale, charge. Really feeling into the weight in that front leg. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful job. Last time. Inhale. This time, as you exhale, stepping the back foot in and finding your warrior 3 variation. Feeling the engagement in your core as well as your lower back. Take one more breath here. Beautiful balance, mama. Okay, release this foot down. Awesome, awesome job. Let's take some ankle rotations on one side and go in the other direction. Switch, doing it on the other side. And reversing that circle once more. Awesome. Okay, we're going to take a wide-legged position. I don't know why that sounded so weird. We're going to take goddess legs, okay? So your heels are coming in and your toes are coming out. And as you bend into the knees, you're finding this lovely squat. Okay. As you inhale, sweep the arms up. And as you exhale, pull it into your heart. Inhale. And exhale. Continuing this, following along with your breath. Listening to your own inner guidance. Maybe recalling your intention today. Allowing yourself to go with the flow and see where the current takes you. One more time, you're doing so good. As you exhale, staying here in your goddess squat, placing your hands on the knees. Inhale. As you exhale, we will dip one shoulder in, taking a slight twist. Inhale to center, and exhale to the other side. Beautiful job. Inhale. Do that one more time on each side. Feeling the burn in your legs. You are so strong. I believe in you. And coming back to center, straightening those legs, and slowly walking them in together. Okay, let's find your downward facing dog. Taking your time, getting there, however is best. You know your body better than I do. And we'll take a cycle of breath here. And as you exhale, lowering the knees down and finding your child's pose. Once again, it's totally up to you if you would like to invite your blanket in for some cushion. Settling into your child's pose here. And this is actually where I'm going to leave you guys for today's practice. So get comfortable. We're going to be here for a little bit with each other. And remembering that you don't need your knees to be super far apart, They only need to be far apart to make room for your belly. So find whatever feels good for you, okay? Don't feel like you need to take this big dramatic child's pose, okay? As long as you're feeling it, you're doing it. Feeling is doing. So rest in that knowing that you are doing enough. And as we close today's practice, bringing your attention back to the breath. Reminding yourself of today's intention. Knowing that it is okay to go with the flow and see where the current takes you. You don't need to know everything. You don't need to have it all figured out. Just trusting that everything is unfolding exactly as it's meant to. And you're welcome to stay here for as long as you would like. If you are ready to come out of this, we'll slowly begin to walk the hands in. Slowly pushing yourself up. Pulling the knees in. And finding your comfortable seat. We'll take one more big breath together, whether you are still in child's pose or if you're sitting here with me. Stay wherever you are. It's okay. Take a big breath in and an exhale out. Letting your shoulders drop. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Thank you so very much for joining me for this practice. I'm so grateful for your time and your energy. Keep shining your light, and I'll see you next time. Bye.